of the unique things about the Procession is every single year we provide a community art studio for people to come in and make their creation, because after all, you're far more willing to protect that which you create versus that which you consume, and it's a miracle out there. So yeah, let's come and take a look at the studio. We're in an alleyway in downtown. We have been in, as far as studios, we've been in abandoned schools, we've been in abandoned libraries, warehouses. We'll get into anything we can get our hands on, and oftentimes we're blessed with having something for free. Other times we've got to, we certainly have got to, we've got to raise the money to do it. My name is Eli, and I'm the founding director of an organization, a nonprofit organization called Earthbound Productions, which had its genesis in 1991, and it had one simple mission, and that was to generate a cultural exchange between communities and the natural world. And from that, after 5 years of working in television, media, and radio, happened upon this idea of a procession of the species celebration, which was really initiated and inspired by trying to protect the Endangered Species Act. So I thought, wow, we just have to have a good declaration of joy and spirit and presence that said, no, you know, the world's a miracle, it's beautiful, and we're going to protect it. I mean, it is an artistic pageant, effusive with joy, where people have to put their own wits together to create all sorts of different figures and figurines and structures and apertures of materials that somehow induce people to think about the natural world. Everything is real with life, like if you were to think in terms of a carnival or some other type of Cirque du Soleil, but it holds a real clear intent that it's not there to entertain you, it's there to excite you with the idea that, wow, we are a people that care about our place. It is a procession of the species, not a parade. And there's a big distinction. And that distinction is that if you imagine, like in a cultural terms, like the Roman legions, you know, coming in with their big banners above their head and always at a slant, you know, kind of a slant down like that, whether it's any conquering nation, when people come in and they're conquering, or they're about saying that we are capable of conquering, they parade. But when the people are liberated, they process. And that's what this is. This is a process of liberation with ourselves. There is a reason why it's called a funeral procession, not a funeral parade, because it's not about you, right? It's about the larger world that's at stake around us. This is a rhino mask, quite heavy. It's what I wear, it's what I've worn every single year for the procession. You're out there having to tell people which direction to go and not go, so I had to modify it so it actually lifts up. My face will be in there, and that's when I'm in that procession in one of those weird and quirky moments. Suddenly a rhino mask lifts up and tells them, hey, you're in the wrong block, you got to turn around or something like that. And one of the complaints was that you care more about animals than you care about humans. And so understanding that, and understanding that the more we became successful, the more we would be a magnet for criticism, there was the idea that in the last 5 years, we would initiate a fifth element called the fifth element of spirit. So we had earth, fire, and water, and then there would be this fifth element of spirit that we saw that would be white. we initiated that actually 8 years ago, just prior our 5th year. We tried to get a few runs in just to see how it would work. And then suddenly when we were ready to go in 2015, we really launched on Friday night. Amazing luminary and luminary productions with flute music and skits and fire spinners, and we'd go down to Capitol Lake, and it was sensational. It was amazing. There are very few moments, that we celebrate the natural world, and they are under attack when we have national parks and other areas like that, which are so available to everybody, and yet there are few places inside the urban corridor that says yes, that activity it is needed, perhaps even sacred.